The Big Play Reflog Show is brought to you by ShackNews.com. Shack News has you covered for all your gaming needs with news, guides, walkthroughs, and reviews. Like this week's featured article reviewing the throwback game Sonic Origins, which allows players to experience the 4 original Sonic games that have all been remastered for the new consoles. And stay informed with their weekly snack chats, Shack Chats, where they discuss the hottest topics in the gaming world. And remember, you can join in on all the conversations by using the Shack News Cortex. So if you're a gamer, Shack News is the site for you. Check them out on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch at the handle @CheckNews and @CheckNews.com.
It's time! Streaming live from Cleveland, Ohio. Presenting the undefeated, undisputed heavyweight podcast of the world, the Big Play Reflog Show.
Okay, do you need medical attention?
Yeah.
What is wrong?
I don't know. I know damn now. Attack by Chuck. To the 10. He's still running to the 5. Gives up
It's time! The Big Play Reflog Show.
Welcome to the Big Play Reflog Show. What is going on, everybody? I'm your host, Big Play Dave, alongside Chris McNeil and Nick Padone. Gentlemen, how we doing?
Good, Dave. How are you?
I am ready to talk hot dogs.
Yeah, you look like a hot dog right now. For those of you who are just on audio, I'm sorry, but you're missing out on this. Dave is about as red as my couch. It's this red leather he's got going on here. Dave, what did you do this weekend that you're that red?
You know what? I had quite the farmer's tan going on before, so I went to the pool. I had the shirt off with the kiddos all day Saturday. I believe it was very, very sunny. And my farmer's tan is gone. Now it's just all red. All red, Chris.
One red man, I'll tell you.
One red man. Nick, how you doing? You look tanner than me.
What's up, man? Yeah, it's the genetics, it's the skin. What's going on?
It's my Norwegian blood. I'm like Thor, Chris.
That's right. I can't wait for that flick to come out, by the way. I spent the weekend, Dave, catching up on movies. I saw the new Top Gun. I saw the new Jurassic Park. So just in a nutshell here, I thought Top Gun was good. Not as good as I think everybody's been saying, though. I thought it was good, but
Out of hype.
And then Jurassic Park was bad, but not as bad as everybody was saying. So kind of take those for what you will. I'd go ahead and wait on Jurassic Park. Go see the Top Gun. It's fun in movies. But I'd wait on the Jurassic Park and or not see it. But had fun with the kids, watch it in 3D. So if you do that, you'll enjoy that.
Chris, have you seen Guardians of the Galaxy? Have you seen Doctor Strange?
I did.
I thought that was awful.
Bit of a horror flick there. Yeah, I did not like it that well.
Yeah.
I was the same way with that. I'm really looking forward to Thor. That's coming out here in what, a week, 2 weeks?
I believe so.
Thor,
Yeah,
Love and Thunder?
they need a big win. Marvel's they don't know where they're going.
I tell you what, this one's promising a big win. You come out, I mean, Guns N' Roses ablazing. It looks good. I tell you, those trailers get me excited. So,
and then flip it to DC. Did you see the trailer for Black Adam with The Rock?
I did, and I'm not interested in that at all.
It looks so good. It
Really?
looks
You think
so good. Yes.
I don't know.
No
DC
interest.
does not exactly have a run going. I don't know.
It might flip here. Marvel's struggling. DC's struggled for like 3 decades, so we'll see.
What was the last one they came out with? It was like Dracula.
Oh,
Dracula.
that was Marvel. That Morbius?
Morbius, was that Marvel?
Yeah.
Well, it was crap either way. I don't
Horrible.
care who it was.
Absolutely horrible. All right, should we start the show?
We probably should.
Yeah.
Let's Chris. Yeah, Nick's like, I don't know anything about social media. All right, we'll kick it off with Cleveland headlines brought to you by TSE Cleveland, and then on to our featured interview. Competitive eater Nick Wary and Mickey Sudo going back for her belt, #1 in the world, coming at you. Nathan's hot dog eating contest July 4th. After that, we'll finish up with Guardians trivia. Who wants to be a billionaire? Let's kick it off with some Cleveland headlines. Cleveland headlines brought to you by our friends at TSE Cleveland. They've helped us give away a ton of signed Browns merchandise. So make sure you are following them at TSE Cleveland on Twitter and keep an eye out for those show tweets for weekly giveaways. Tonight, we are giving away a signed John Johnson III 8x10. Little love for the defense. And the winner is, weakest drum roll ever, Shane Garrett at Fear the Elf 23. You are the winner.
That's good at.
Yeah, we cut down on the numbers. That's good. This isn't a bot. That's good. John Johnson III, 8x10 signed. Congratulations, Shane.
Cool.
All right, let's get into these headlines. So this is kind of strange, and I've seen this on Twitter here and there. There's people out there tweeting, this is Brad on Twitter, said, never going to win a ring with Francona. Weird timing. Well, whatever. There's always someone angry on the internet. Some Guardians fans kind of frustrated with the lineups, the affinity for Brian Shaw. I don't blame them there. Where are you guys on Francona? I have no problem with him. I think we would be a much worse team without him.
I agree, and I think it's a weird season this season, and we have had a couple of these where he's dealing with a lot of rainouts, a lot of games, and a long stretch here where he's really got to manage both his starters, his bullpen. So I've seen some games where he has starters in there for too long. He had the Slim Reaper in there the other day for too long.
Right.
And I think that's because he's trying to conserve the pen and he's going long-term with things and really taking that view. Now, that's a tough pill to swallow when you're trying to win ball games right now and everybody's looking to this team and thinking, okay, are we really something? Are we not? So the games probably matter more to us as fans than what they should right now, just because we're trying to figure out the team. And Terry, I think he does a fantastic job with the young guys. I really do. I think he's able to manage the young guys very well. And so, yeah, I don't have any problems. I understand that there's going to be some executional second guessing that a lot of guys have with it and always will. And that's the way Twitter is, especially with baseball, it seems.
Right.
But I don't have a problem with them.
Chris, would we be 36 and 32 without Tito?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Of course, this is really tough to say when we're now getting crushed by the Twins. I will say that he's not exactly helping me out in my cause, but
fair.
Hopefully we don't get swept by the Twins now, and then
that'd be
back after the 4th of July, we're talking about ripping the whole thing down.
Oh boy,
not be good. Nick, where are you at with Tito?
Yeah, I'm with you guys. Nothing bad to say. I get the frustration on Twitter. Like you said, Dave, I've seen enough of Brian Shaw. I've probably seen enough of Ernie Clement too. But I mean, other than that, they're the youngest team in baseball, guys. Like, what did we expect going in? We were just talking about it last week that they were overachieving expectations. They're losing tonight. They're probably going to be 3 games back. They're still in the hunt for a wild card spot, even if they don't, come within striking distance of the Twins. I don't know what people are really that mad about because really my expectations for the Guards weren't that high to begin with, I guess.
So what would happen?
Yeah, it's like the Cavs.
You got me thinking. You mentioned Brian Shaw and us being the youngest team in baseball. What if we got rid of Brian Shaw? We'd be like one of the youngest teams ever.
No, he's hurting the average.
Average age goes down 7 years.
Yeah, exactly. We're younger than most college teams all of a sudden.
How old is Brian Shaw?
He's not that old. He's just
he looks over 40.
Yeah.
I bet you he's like 35. Nick, any guesses while Chris is looking it up?
The first thing that came up was 56. I don't think that's right. Probably the wrong Brian Shaw.
He's 34.
Yeah, it says 34.
Yeah.
So he's got plenty of years left, gentlemen. We'll have him on the roster for another 5.
And I think that's another thing that, rubs people the wrong way about Francona is he plays favorites. He always has had his guys that he holds on to for just a little bit too long.
That is true. Hey, speaking of baseball, we've got our very own Gab Cruz throwing out the first pitch at the Lake Erie Crushers game Thursday. This coming Thursday, June 30th. Everyone get down there, support her, watch her throw out that first pitch. Hopefully it's not like a golf swing. And they have a special promo that night where leadoff batter, if he reaches base in his first at-bat, Labatt goes on sale during that inning.
Wow.
Not bad. I hear that people just sprint towards the concession stands if that happens. What do you think about Gab's first pitch? Will it be a strike?
Are you going, Dave?
Heck yeah, I'm going. Are you going
too? Yeah, I'm going. I'll be there Thursday. Yeah. I think it'll be a strike. I think people
really.
I think Gab has a lot of unneeded pressure on her because of the golf swing. The golf swing was just bad. Let's leave it there.
Oh, come on.
Gab's background is in baseball. But yeah, we're in Gab's.
No, she's a runner.
Right.
Background
well,
in baseball.
Well, yeah, she's a runner, but she works in professional baseball. She's around it every day. You pick up a thing or two.
Brian Windhorse works in professional basketball. I don't want him playing point guard, Nick.
Oh, no, it's going to be a strike.
That is fair. That is a fair point.
If I could bet on the first pitch of the Crushers game, I'm betting a strike.
I think they should let her just do the first batter and then just get discounted Labatt's, as she clearly will let them on base. Who knows?
Intentional walk because Gab's too nice.
Just points, yeah. gives him a clue. I'm going to throw you a smashed ball. All right, well, yeah, head down to the Crushers game on the 30th. It'll be a blast. Go drink some Labatt's with the crew here. And what else we got in headlines? We've got Adam Schefter out there. More on Cleveland Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson. It never ends.
Took us 15 minutes. 15 minutes to get to Deshaun Watson today.
Yeah. Looks like we're finally going to get some answers here. Rumor mill is in full effect.
So is the Meltdown mill.
Meltdown mill is in full effect. Over under Jacoby Brissett wins on the season, no matter how many games he starts. I will set it at 3.5 for
Pound the over. Pound the over. He's going to win us 5 ball games this year.
Okay.
Jacoby Brissett, sign it up right now.
Man, so it's a 17-game season. You have him winning 5?
Oh, I don't think Deshaun's going to be out this season.
Oh,
I think they're only going to. He's going to go 5-3.
Now, Chris, if you had to set an over under for Deshaun Watson wins this year, where would you put it? Because no Vegas book is going to touch that.
Yeah, 6-3. How about that? Does that add up correctly? Yeah, 11-6. There you go. There's your season. 11-6. We make the playoffs.
I like that. Not too shabby. All right, let's move on. Got to get a little Deshaun
Nick's
Watson.
not buying any of that, huh?
I'm just so sick of it.
What, football? The Browns?
Off season.
Just
let's play.
Get me to
until we
week
get to the regular season, Nick. Just you wait.
What'll be week 1? There will be something. Will somebody wear a watch? Will somebody wear clown shoes? Will somebody punch someone? Will someone kick someone? Will someone throw a shoe? What could it be?
Nick Wary, the Packers fan, is just laughing at us, by the way, in the green room.
I see him in there.
I think it's time to bring him in. What do you say?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's talk some hot dogs.
Heck yeah, let's switch the subject. It is time for our featured interview of the week. All right, on the Labatt line, we've got number 4 ranked competitive eater in the world, our very good friend of the show, Nick Wary, my man.
How you doing, guys?
Good. How you doing?
Man, I can't complain. I got my Lucky Golden Girls mug with me. I got to listen to you guys talk a little bit about the abomination that is the Cleveland Browns. And we're a week out from Nathan's, so what could be better?
That's right. Now here, you have to clear something up here.
Sure.
Your bio on Twitter says 6th ranked. MLE has you at 4. Which is it? Are you just being humble? What's going on?
Shit, did MLE update the rankings today? I just haven't updated. I am behind. So if MLE has me, I should be 4, and MLE has me at 4 because the fact of the matter is, the people who were ahead of me, I believe Mickey moved up to 3, and I would be 4 because Darren and Matt are good guys, but they can pack their shit as far as I'm concerned.
Hold on, I'm going to your Twitter. Let's look at this.
Twitter probably has me at 6. They probably have me at 6. I haven't updated it because I'm technologically inept. So
yeah, it's almost like you're like me and Chris. You just have a bunch of kiddos in your heads just all over the place.
The kids rob your brain, kind of like John Coffey in the Green Mile. He sucks the bad stuff out of people. Kids do that, but they take the good stuff out of you. They're just, oh, that looks delicious and useful. You don't need that.
Oh man, Nick, it's super cool watching you every year. You're getting better and better as you've been doing this. We actually have
the update. Wait a second. It looks like he's got the update.
I just got
the update right now?
This is live. This is a hot take from Keto Phone. That is number 4. That handsome Renaissance man right there is number 4 in the world. Thank you very much.
Breaking news to the competitors on the Big Play Reflog show right now.
Full coverage of Nathan's hot dogs right here.
Anyway, sorry about that.
Nick, you've gone from 31 dogs in 18, 44 last year. I know the goal is like 70, but what is the realistic goal when you're going into this that you're shooting for this year?
Okay. So, that's a tough one because obviously my number's gone up every single year. Some years have done more than others. This year has been a pretty good year of practices as you can imagine with Max turning 1 on July 8th. There's been some busy times and some sleepless nights and what have you. But that said, I'm pretty excited about this year. My goal for this year would be if I do everything I should do, there's only one guy who could hang with me or potentially beat me, and that's Chestnut. The fact of the matter is, if I have a good run, Jeff and new guy James Webb and returning Pat Bertoletti, and they're all great eaters. But again, just move out of the way. If I have a good day, then I should be comfortably in second, and we'll see how the numbers fall from there because. Chestnut's the greatest of all time in what we do, but the fact of the matter is eventually your body says no. So whether that's this year, next year, or otherwise, we'll see.
Interesting stuff there, Nick. How happy are you that the Aaron Rodgers stuff kind of got settled a little bit this offseason?
That was
bring it back to football.
So that was an absolute nightmare, just to start the offseason. That said, it was really nice. It was followed by like a swift kick in the nuts with Devontae Adams leaving. But Aaron Rodgers figuring that out, basically saying he's going to retire with Green Bay, kind of made my off season, so to speak. Him coming back, and then the Packers actually having what would appear to be a very good draft, where they drafted players at positions of need. I thought I was dreaming. I thought I was going to wake up. And it was all going to be a dream, but I'm like, no, Christian Watson is going to be a Green Bay Packer, and it's kind of surreal.
Yeah, then you look at our team, and we're just a complete dumpster fire. From an outside perspective, non-Cleveland Brown fan, like, how are you looking at the Cleveland Browns right now?
It's fun to watch. I mean, it's hard to watch. It's kind of like it's like watching. I don't even know. It's like a weird implosion because I'm like. All I can think is this was the most Browns offseason I could imagine. It's like you take the guy who may not be – I don't think Baker Mayfield is a franchise quarterback, personally.
Sure.
That said, he's probably the best one that you guys have had in a long time. Let's just ostracize him and make him feel like an asshole and pay a record-setting amount of money for some guy who's going to get into so much legal trouble we can't even fathom. We'll bank on him maybe only being suspended for 3/4 of the season. And then we'll probably end up starting a guy who isn't even starting for the Indianapolis Colts, who are playing a guy that can't stay healthy or get out of his own way. That is Cleveland Browns.
That sums it up.
I
Yeah,
feel
it's
like
kinda
that's
like-
just summed it all up.
Kinda. It's like, and you guys are like, I feel like you have a better shot of Deshaun Kaiser starting than Deshaun Watson
Oh my
this
God.
year.
Oh man.
And I was going through and I'm thinking, I'm like,
Hot
at
take.
this point, maybe you'd rather have like Tim Couch or Mike Tomzak or Jeff Garcia or Trent Dilfer or Derek Anderson. Or I'm going through and I'm like, there's a lot of guys that could be starting right now. I was a big Jason Campbell fan personally. I thought the guy could have played if the Redskins didn't ruin him. So maybe he's worth a phone call.
Go, no, all right. We don't have any more time for Browns talk. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So BetJack Sportsbook here, Nick. You got the odds on this thing. Have you checked out your own odds yet for this, or do you not know?
I've seen a couple different ones. Miki checks that stuff more than I do. She gets updates. What do we got? Oh, plus 2,000.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we got it up here. So 20-1. That would be a huge payday if somebody were to bet on Nick Weary and then end up cashing that.
That's an interesting one. Like Darren Breeden, hot take, does not look like he will be competing because he is expecting his first child with his wife.
Okay.
So he will not be in there. So please do yourself a favor. Don't place your bets on Darren Breeden.
Breaking
But
news.
James Webb from Australia just qualified for the very first time with 41 and a half out in California about 2 weeks ago. And he's a very nice guy. I met him a couple months ago at the Sweet Corn Eating Championships. But the fact that he is favored over me with his 41 and a half as his first qualifier, that's an interesting take.
Baker's just handing you a chip to put on your shoulder right now.
Yeah. But I like that. You know, like going into a contest as a favorite, it's typically not my deal. But I like going in and basically sending, whether it's the person or fans of the person home, a little bit poopy pants, you know, the performance that I put up. So I'm glad that Esper and James Webb are ahead. And right now, Pat Bertoletti just qualified last week with 40 hot dogs. He's been retired for 9 years, but Pat at his peak is one of the best eaters ever, really. So
Nice.
So you keep flashing that Golden Girls mug. Is there a story behind it? Other than they're just awesome. I mean,
yeah, who doesn't love the Golden Girls? Probably a collector's piece now. Everybody's got a favorite, of course. You know, if I was going to watch something, and maybe sometimes it's too heavy. You know, sometimes you just want to come home and relax and watch some TV. You don't want to watch something heavy like Yellowstone or The Old Man or like a Breaking Bad type of stuff. I'm probably watching Chopped or the Golden Girls. I can't get enough like play it.
So we got Dollar Dog Night here in Cleveland this Friday at the Guardians game. How many hot dogs do you think that like the three of us would be able to eat in a whole 9-inning game? Because you talked, you know, like obviously what you guys are about to do on July 4th is going to be, you know, insane in such a short time frame. How many hot dogs do you think like the average person can have from get in first inning all the way through ninth, $1 hot dogs?
So that's a toughie because it depends on a couple things. A, if they're drinking, because if you're putting away booze with it, that's going to drastically cut your hot dog number in half.
Yeah.
B, if you're doing
the drunkenness later on won't help.
I think the bubble guts are ultimately your body's going to like, like that. Those things are going to meld well together. The bouncer is going to kick everybody out eventually. But I would say, if you're doing it slowly, people always ask, like, if you had an hour, how many hot dogs could you eat? Like, probably the same amount.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you know, you'd rather just rip that Band-Aid off as fast as possible. So what I think probably should happen is you guys should have a healthy wager on this day to see who could put away the most hot dogs. And the losers have some type of negative thing or the winners got something. But I think between the three of you guys, we should put betting odds on that and who can maybe put away. I'm going to say the winner might get 6 of those bad boys down because I think it's harder than most people would assume.
6.
Definitely.
That's it.
I could easily eat Nick. So who would you go with? Who out of the three of us? Who are you putting your money on?
Let's see. I love you guys, but Nick just seems like the most like logical. Like after a few of them, he'd be like, "This is ridiculous. I don't want to do this." Like you guys can. I don't want to win. You guys can win. Dave, I want to go with the super dad powers here. Like I'm gonna go. Like I'm gonna
Chris
go.
has super dad powers too,
I
but
got those same powers.
I know. But like
They're not as strong with me. Is that what you're saying?
No, Dave looks like he's got more powerful jowls.
Yes.
That chewing, that dad beard may help him put it away. Like it's a toss up. Like, oh, shit. I don't want to do this because I feel like I'm playing favorites, but I'm gonna go Dave by a narrow more, maybe by a dog, maybe just
Wow.
Wow. All right, Chris. Well, like you said, man, we're the underdogs now.
Looking at the jowls.
Chip,
Looking at the
both of you have a
jowls.
chip on your shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to send Nick upset, after he sees this big play hot dog eating contest.
We'll be
I know
psyched.
how Baker Mayfield feels. I'll tell you.
I don't condone the behavior. Again, this is not me condoning the behavior. That said, I want to hear some big numbers. If one of you makes double digits, I'll be like a proud dad. Only I wouldn't be proud of my kids if they ate a bunch of hot dogs.
Oh, I could do it. I could definitely do it. There's no doubt about it. Dave, you're going down.
All right, we'll see.
We'll see.
We're just gonna be watching Nick just throwing up hot dogs. We're like, all right, go Nick.
You guys, if you guys did a real hot dog eating contest, you probably would want to watch Nathan's on the 4th of July. It'll just be a visceral response at that point. But
reversal of fortune. That's in the business, right?
That'll cost you money. Can't do that. You got to keep it down.
Yeah.
So Nick, this is how old's Max now?
He will be a year on July 8th. Insane.
Okay, I think we asked what your prediction would be for how many he could eat, and the first Nathan's hot dog eating. If you blend them all up, how many hot dogs could he put down?
Probably one. I will say the jars of baby mush. They have a ham one, which smells just like Spam. And he digs it. There's not a food the kid doesn't like. Like, he doesn't have an enormous appetite. He's a very big kid. He's in like 2T clothes. But I mean, his appetite, I would say, is, I guess, average. He's probably going to be a genetic anomaly when it comes to appetite down the road. But I would say one solid hot dog, because that would be, no, maybe two, because he could do like 2 4-ounce jars at a time. And a hot dog with the bun is about 4 ounces. So I would say Max could do 2 if they were blended. That said, there probably wouldn't be much that Miki and I would try to squish more so than him.
You got to pump those numbers up, man.
Yeah, those are rookie numbers.
Dude, so I saw you posted a video about baby food. Eating how much baby food you set the world record for most baby food eaten. What was the world record? Like 6 ounces? Like, did anyone ever do this before?
It probably was something like that. I'm notorious for setting for records and things that people are smarter than setting records. So, like, I had mustard. I did 5 pounds of mustard. That was
what kind of mustard? Dijon, or did you go yellow?
Yellow mustard from Walmart that was 37 cents a jar, because one of us is financially responsible. That it was vile. But I did 2 gallons, roughly right about 2 gallons of baby food.
Oh, God.
I will say some are better than others. The bananas, delicious. Applesauce, wonderful. Butternut squash, when you're on gallon number 2, not so good. Not the best. No.
I don't think I can think of something worse to try.
Spam. I will tell you right now, I did the Spam championship at the Circuit of the Americas at this awesome venue in Texas in November of last year, I believe. Miki and I flew into Texas, and it was just cans squeezed out onto plates, and I did 12 cans in 8 minutes, just to lose to Jeff Esper by 1 can, by half a pound. So 9 spam in 8 minutes, which is 56 grams of sodium. That was a little bit more rough than baby food, having 2 months of sodium in 8 minutes.
Wow.
Don't do that. Ever.
How do you recover after that? Do you just drink a lot of water, or is there stuff like with your exercise routine? I mean, that's got to shock your system.
Oh, it was a shock. Yeah. It was system, my relatives, people around, loved ones, strangers. So basically your body really starts to try to purge itself of the sodium. So I was using the restroom quite frequently. And you try to force as much fluid as possible. But basically my hands, my fingers look like Jimmy Dean sausages, and my face like a vascular basketball, very red. And sleep was hard to come by. I felt very much like a veiny, bloated tomato walking around. So that was tough. That one probably took about 3 days to fully get back to normal. I put on, there was obviously the 9 pounds of spam, but I think overall I put on close to 20 odd pounds with the water.
Oh man.
Wow.
Yeah. Don't do that.
How about for the Nathan's contest? What does the recovery look like for that?
I'd say about 24 to 36 hours. Maybe I practice hot dogs, my body's a little more efficient, but like, so let's say I'll consume somewhere around the 17,000 calorie mark in those 10 minutes. I have a huge surplus, and the sodium is very high between the buns and the dogs. But the next day, later that night, I'll continue with fluids and maybe a little bit of sweets, like a Ben & Jerry's pint or something. But a lot of fluids. The next day, I'll probably do like some fiber and greens, try to move everybody along, maybe some mag citrate to kind of escort everyone out. But I would say by July 6th, I'll be close to back to normal. The flights home and stuff, those don't help.
Suck.
And yeah, I feel bad for the people all around me. But that said, I've become pretty efficient at like putting a good amount of fluid down and putting them on like greens powders and digestive enzymes, probiotics, things of that nature to kind of aid in the machinery down there.
So is the worst is the thing that probably concerns you the most? Is it the sodium in most of the things you eat?
Probably, yeah, because the caloric surplus is what it is. You know, your body can really only process so many calories at a time. So, obviously I'll put on a little bit of body fat and whatever, but that is what it is. I can work that off. And it's the sodium really. So like keeping your fluid intake high, but not things like Gatorade or electrolyte laden stuff and just trying to kind of get that through. Obviously I think the doctor isn't thrilled about eating 250 chicken wings, or like I did strawberry shortcake in Long Island about a week and a half ago. That was 16 pounds of shortcake in 8 minutes. Sodium isn't super high there, but that'd be a blood sugar concern. But again, with like some fiber pre-contest, some fiber post-contests, and as long as you're staying relatively healthy, maybe 350 days a year, the other 15 you should be okay.
How does your body handle the sugar like that? Do you have problems with the sugar when you get to that high of a content?
I mean, my resting, like my regular blood glucose is typically around like high 80s or 90s, so I'm pretty healthy that way. But like at that contest, about half an hour later, once you start to process that much sugar, you get very, very tired. You know, that's one of the biggest things, is just super tired because your body kind of wants to hibernate and shut down. So what I'll do is I'll try to take in some fiber. The next couple of days be like predominantly fiber, proteins, low glycemic foods. Keep the calories pretty low to give my pancreas a break, just things like that. But yeah, that much sugar, once your body starts to process it, you don't feel stellar. It's definitely a process. Like even on the YouTube, when I did like the 13-pound bowl of Lucky Charms or something like that, like you'll see in sugar contests or the 5-pound Reese's cup, about 20 minutes in, my mood goes from like, oh yeah, this is great. Hey guys, welcome to the challenge, blah, 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 to Miki saying like, how do you feel? I'm like, this is stupid. This is I'm not happy. I want to do. I'm done. So I would say some people prefer sweets, some people prefer savory foods. It's personal preference how your body has a little bit of individuality how it responds to.
Sure.
That is wild. So obviously this year you're gonna go in and win. We're placing our bets on you. Mickey is back as well to reclaim the title. Yeah. How excited are you guys to both be competing again this year?
I'm pretty psyched. Definitely pretty excited. Babe, you got a second? Sure. No, then I can invite the champion here. I figured if I put her belt, I felt more important. So let me see. She is we were privileged to be joined by the 7-time champion here.
Yes. Mickey, what's going on?
And you did when you announced your ranking.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I thought it was phone static, but I guess it was an applause.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm excited to be.
Oh yeah, I mean, It's been a while since I've eaten hot dogs in front of a crowd at Coney Island. So,
Right?
like it's been since 2019, right? Because in 2020 we had that crazy modified pandemic lockdown, socially distanced format contest
By
without a
the
crowd.
way, that was like a very funny one to watch. Like the like
Yeah,
protectors around you
Yeah.
guys, and we're like, this is so weird.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they did a good job amping you guys up for it, though. So it played well on TV.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that. And then in 2021, obviously, I was pregnant. I was 37 weeks pregnant.
Yeah.
So I sat out. I did have the honor of serving as guest commentator alongside Michael Lick Jr. So that was an amazing honor. And I don't know, just like such a bucket list item. And now like a obscure bullet point on my resume. But anyway, it's been since 2019. They've eaten hot dogs in front of a crowd. So I'm super excited to be back. And I'm sure everybody misses me, like amongst the competitors. I'm sure.
The smiles last year in the women's competition were very big.
Yeah. They're like, oh, I'm so happy she's back. I'm so happy.
Honestly, I hate to, you know what, I'm not going to, this is probably an unpopular opinion, but I think that they really had a chance in 2021 to really grab that belt, right? Because like one of these was up for grabs.
Yeah.
And all somebody had to do was kind of like run up and grab it. I think of it as like playing a really low stakes game of like musical chairs. But like instead of like mad dashing to grab the belt, like you have your people who like always steadily and very reliably put up like 20, and that's nice. But like you had the top contenders just like basically like moseying along, like somebody's going to get it. I guess I have a 50-50 shot, and this isn't putting them down, but like, I guess maybe it's just, this is my way of saying, I guess I'm crazy because I'm just like that much more passionate and driven and motivated and competitive. Like, yeah, I don't know. So that's the difference between them and me. And,
Yeah, like if for example, like if Chestnut decided to sit out a year, or if he got pregnant, like the movie Junior, it would be, that's our dog. He sounds like an outboard motor. Excuse me. That would be like a mad dash between about four of us. That would essentially be like a fight to the death for that.
Yeah.
It would look something like Mad Max.
And not to be dramatic, that's what I was kind of hoping for on the women's side. And it's
Sure.
just like, so, I mean, you know, boo-hoo, I'm back, and it's going to be harder to win now. But I feel like their level of intensity became really evident in 2021. So, I mean, I'm not going to make any friends saying that, but, you know.
Odds makers are just listening to this conversation. They're like, all right, Mickey is at minus 1 million to win the Nathan's contest.
I will say, though, I've said this on a few radio segments. I injured my hand, and I had to practice eating hot dogs with one hand in the event that it doesn't get any better by the 4th. So, we'll
no.
Interesting nugget there. See, we're getting a bunch of intel.
Yeah,
what's the phrase, like I single-handedly blah blah blah?
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah. Anyway, I literally will be eating basically single-handedly. I think I pinched a nerve or something. So anyway,
She wanted to make it fair.
Yeah. Just, you know what? When you go up there, just have the one arm tied behind your back.
you'll see. It'll just be to my side, very like oddly. But I don't know.
Mickey,
Or like
how-
when linemen in the NFL get hurt and they make that big club. That's what you should have on the one hand, the big club.
She get rid of club. Yeah, she should have a 6 swim move with that thing.
Mickey, how excited are you to be back? Because like you said, it's been a while, you know, the 2020 COVID year, last year when you were out. How excited are you to be back in front of the crowd? Because you know, a lot of people go to see Chestnut, but a lot of people go to see you as well.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, that's nice to hear. But even for my own selfish reasons, I'm excited to go back. I like watching the contest. Obviously, you couldn't keep me away even when I was pregnant.
Yeah.
I love the event, to be honest. I mean, it's crazy and chaotic, and New York's hot, and I don't know. I mean, we're ramming like soggy buns down our faces, but it's a fun event at the end of the day. So I'm super excited to be there. I did miss the crowd, and I don't know. This time I get to do it as like a little family unit, you know.
Yeah.
Come along, and I've got my best friend and biggest cheerleader, fiercest competitor, and all that like with me. I don't know. I'm excited for the competition, but also everything surrounding Nathan's week.
That's cool.
I feel like this is going to be Nick's year. I can feel it. You're ready, my man. You're ready.
I'm very, very excited for this year. I'm very excited. I'm very motivated. It should be a really good year. We have the weigh-in. We fly out Thursday. We got the weigh-ins Friday. Compete on Monday, and I'm super motivated just to go in and put up a big number and see where the chips fall. So I'm pretty damn psyched.
Heck yeah! Now, where can everyone watch it? Is it on ESPN this year's? The whole event. Okay, I think so.
It's hard to say if it's ESPN or ESPN News or some iteration of one of the ESPN channels. So on 4th of July, just check your TV Guide magazine.
Wow.
If that's still a thing.
Ask the Google.
Yeah,
I don't know, because right now, as of now, on the ESPN site, we're listed on ESPN News with Wimbledon on ESPN proper at noon.
Yeah.
I know there's a replay on ESPN at 4:00, but best bet is just go check it out.
Or the ESPN app. You could probably get it.
Yeah.
That'd probably be something super easy because I know like the women's contest is also on the ESPN app. I believe you could check that out. So. That starts at 11, the broadcast, or 10?
I believe so.
Yeah, I believe that broadcast starts at 11, so tune in, figure out where it is, watch all that stuff, watch her probably being your favorite eater, watch me maybe beat your favorite eater, and tune in and, see all the shenanigans. Badlands is doing the World Chugging Championship again. I think he's chugging a gallon of Nathan's lemonade. But it should all be pretty cool. It's fun to watch. It's fun to participate in. It's gonna be a great event.
Yeah, I was just thinking about the other women. I didn't mean that. That wasn't coming from a place of like mean girlness. I'm the biggest advocate for the female competitors. I just wanted them to do better, and I wanted them to want it more. So
that's
anyway.
the competitive nature coming out.
Yeah. So
you want to destroy everyone. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I remember the first time I did an interview with you guys. I remember sitting there, I'm doing the interview from my car, and I'm like, I'm not there to set a personal best. I go to contest to win, period. I practice to beat myself. I go to contest to win. And that was, I think that got the biggest response from you guys. And I think that is honestly one of the biggest things that her and I have in common is we are extremely competitive, and everything we do is to the best of our ability to try to kind of dominate whatever we can.
This year, the guys' race is going to be Smart Money says Joey's going to be in the 70s again, but I think second through sixth is going to be a really nice, exciting race. So what I want to say, my goal is to beat all the guys that are vying for second to Joey
with one hand. Shit stomp people with one good hand, effectively. But it'll be. Again, I'm psyched to kind of get this going. At this point now is when a combination of anxiety and excitement really sets in.
Heck yeah, the adrenaline is rushing. Let's go, baby.
Oh, yeah.
And then so for everyone, obviously a lot of people watch this. You guys do a ton of events throughout the year as well, though. Where can everyone watch that? Because I'll see Nick, you on Twitter with that. The YouTube channel you guys are putting out is great stuff as well. Where can everyone find all that stuff?
Just go on the website. So thehungrycouple.com. Check out the website or go on either of our social media platforms, which it's OMG, it's Mickey. Me, it's just my name, Nick Weary. And we'll post, if there is a stream of that given contest, generally we'll try to post it or as many updates as we can. There's not always a stream of the contest. I may start trying to stream them just because I want people to see what's actually going on. Because it's one thing to say I ate 9 pounds of Spam. It's another thing to watch somebody eat 12 cans of Spam in 8 minutes. It's a whole nother ball game.
Right. And also as a fan, when I'm not at these events, I want to watch. I'm that crazy person. Where's the live stream? Where's the live stream? So now, when I do have the chance, I kind of want to take it upon myself to put one out there.
Yeah. So give us a follow. Check out the website. Check out all that stuff because we'll put as many streams and stuff as we can on there because we love it. We're competitors, but we also love it from a fan perspective. So choose a follow, and we'll do whatever we can for you guys.
Heck yeah. All right. Good luck to both of you. We appreciate the time. Nick, we will be talking about football as it comes up here in the near future. But good luck at July 4th.
Very psyched, and I look forward to more and more football talk post Nathan's. But for the next week, we're both zoned in. I really appreciate you guys having us back on.
Absolutely. Good seeing both of you guys.
You too.
Thank you.
Good
Thanks,
luck,
guys. Good luck.
Thanks. Later.
All right, Nick and Mickey.
Dave, I gotta say, every single year, that is my favorite interview that we do.
Yep.
Annual event, so much energy. We mix in the football with the
It's so
Packers.
funny.
Oh, it's great. It's great. How can you not love those two?
I loved Mickey coming in strong too. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was
Pulling eight
intimidating.
punches, man.
That was
One-handed or not, she's gonna go kick some ass.
yeah. That I mean,
Yes.
we've had
And
them
she
on
goes-
for what 3-4 years now. That was the most intense I've seen both of them together. That was an intense one.
Heck yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Nick, Chris, I remember we watched last year and Nick was crushing it.
Right.
Obviously Chestnut's gonna, that's gonna be tough. But I could easily see him getting second place.
Oh, I could too. Someday Chestnut's going down.
Well, and that's
Someday.
what he
Yep.
said. Someday Joey's got to go down.
We'll see.
Could this
see.
be the
I don't
year?
think this is going to be the year, but hey, upsets happen. That's why we play the games, Dave.
That is right. And that's why we place bets too. Let's go, Nick. All right. Let's give away some free beer. What do you say?
Let's do it.
All right, it is time for Who Wants to Be a Billionaire, presented by Labatt. If you haven't tuned in, each week one contestant will get their shot to answer Guardians trivia for their chance to win. We start off with cash for a Labatt 6-pack, on to a 12-pack. Question 3 for a case of Labatt, and one final one to take home a case of Labatt Blue Light and a GV Art shirt. This week, we welcome in Mike at big_tears back to Who Wants to Be a Billionaire. How are
Thanks
you,
for having
sir?
me back. I'm doing well.
Absolutely. How's your confidence level here?
You know, I'm gonna say I'm sitting in the middle. I don't know. It was hinted that it might be mostly recent stuff. So I don't know. I follow a lot of things, but pulling names sometimes gets tricky.
I'll tell you what, you'd much rather be here than actually watching the Guardians. Ernie Clement is now on to pitch for your Guardians.
Oh, good. Yeah,
boy.
unsung arm in that bullpen.
All righty. So a lot on the line. If you get stuck, you can phone a friend. They've got 5 seconds to answer. We will have Reflog here. Give them a call. Question 1. Are you ready?
Yes.
Question 1 for a 6-pack of Labatt. In 2008, the Guardians traded their Cy Young winning ace to the Brewers after 8 seasons. He went on to sign with the Yankees the following year and played his final 11 seasons in New York. Who is that pitcher?
That would be everyone's favorite cereal-loving man, CC Sabathia.
Nailed it. No hint needed on that one. Well done, sir. Would you like to move on for a 12-pack?
Yeah, let's keep going.
All right, Chris.
Question number 2 for cash for a 12-pack of Labatt. In 2013, the Guardians made a splash in the offseason by signing Michael Bourne, and a Yankees outfielder coming off 8 consecutive 20-plus home run seasons. Who was that outfielder?
Nick Swisher,
High five, bro.
the governor of
Ohio.
Chris, do you remember that when they brought out the Ohio State marching band? Nick Swisher's just high-fiving people.
Oh yeah. Didn't they also do? Was Nick having a kid at that time? And they had like Jim Tressel there, and they also had like a baby onesie. I think they did the whole thing. Yeah. You really rolled out the red carpet
Yeah, that worked out.
for Nick's Swisher.
All right.
It was kind of funny that he came up because I was just watching the other day. And if you ever get a chance on YouTube, go watch the bit that Mike Polk did of rooming with Nick Swisher.
Is that when they're in the bunk beds?
Yes. It's
Yeah.
a great bit. It still holds up. It's funny.
All right. Question 3 for a case of Labatt. Would you like to move on?
Yeah, let's keep going.
All right, Nick, give it to him.
Alrighty, question number 3 for 24, Labatt. The Guardians begin a 5-game series with the Minnesota Twins tonight. Last week, Cleveland took 2 out of 3 versus Minnesota, including a wild 11-10 comeback victory. Which Guardians outfielder had 4 RBI in that game and scored the game-winning run in the 9th?
Oh man,
They're getting tougher.
they are getting tougher. Game was. Oh man. All right. Can I phone a friend?
You can.
All right.
Go ahead and put the number in that private chat, and then Chris will loop them in.
All right.
And then, Chris, I'll have you read the question.
Yep.
Who we calling?
Oh, my brother Adam.
Okay, big Guardians fan.
But yeah, we actually were at one of the games this weekend, so
Nice.
I wish it was.
Yeah. Touche. All right, Chris is looping him in for question 3 for a case.
Remember, he probably won't be able to hear Dave, so Chris is probably going
Yeah.
to have to read the question.
Yep.
Talk amongst yourselves for a second. Guardians down 10-0. Go.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Just
it had
get
to be
us to tomorrow.
Right.
connected. There we go.
Oh boy,
Hopefully your brother is around.
I always feel like we're prank calling someone.
That's okay too.
What was your brother's name again?
Adam.
Hello.
Adam.
Hi, this is Tim.
Adam, this is Chris from the Big Play Reflog Show. We got your brother Mike on. Mike is kind of rolling through right now in our trivia contest, and now he is on the phone a friend, and you are the friend. So you ready? I'm about to give you the question that he's stuck on.
All right, fire away.
Okay, question 3 here for cash for a 24-pack of Labatt. The Guardians begin a 5-game series with the Twins tonight. Last week, Cleveland took 2 of 3 versus Minnesota, including a wild 11-10 comeback win. Which Guardians outfielder had 4 RBI in that game and scored the game-winning run in the 9th?
Score. Was it Oscar? Not Mercado, but Oscar.
Gonzalez.
Last name Gonzalez.
Boom.
Final answer?
Yeah.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Wow. The phone a friend, man. It worked.
Adam in the clutch.
Got only one question left before he can get the ultimate prize here on our show. So thank you, Adam. I appreciate your time here.
Not a problem. Good luck, buddy.
Thanks.
There
All
we
right, so
go.
he clearly you owe Adam some beers here. just throwing that out there. All right, we're moving on. Question 4.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, let's. I mean,
We
what's
didn't
what we're
really
here for?
touch- Okay, let's do it.
Oh, I think he's
Question-
definitely got to go. I just looked at it. I think he's got this
All
one.
right, let
Dave.
me look ahead. Oh yeah,
I think he's got this one,
I
Dave.
think he's got it too. Okay.
Yep.
Here we go. Let's get the music. Question 4 for a 24-pack and a GV Art shirt. Cleveland beat the Yankees in the 2007 ALDS. Game 2 was the series of the infamous midges, the midge game. Who was the Yankees reliever that gave up the game-tying run after being attacked by the midges?
Oh, that'd be Joba Chamberlain.
Boom.
Well done, sir. Do you remember who was on the mound for us in the beginning of that game?
Yeah, it was Fausto.
No, that's incorrect. It was
What?
Bob Hernandez or whatever his real name.
Okay, yeah. It's
Yeah,
Roberto Hernandez.
Roberto Hernandez. That's right.
Yes, that's
He was like 37 and 26 in that game.
Oh, congratulations. You got the GVR shirt, wear down to the stadium. You got a case of Labatt. How you feeling about the Guardians? We were talking about Tito earlier. Where are you at with them, and how do you kind of see this playing out as we get late into later summer ball?
I mean, it was great to watch them rattle off a bunch of series wins. I still think ultimately, even this weekend, you're going to get stretches where some of these young guys aren't going to get the hits you need them to, and the staff still feels, I don't know, a little wishy-washy. So I think we probably hover around 500. It'll be nice to see. Maybe it'll make us make a move and clean up the many people we have who want to play on a major league roster. But I don't know. Again, we might fight for a playoff spot, but I think we'll probably still be fairly average rest of the season. But it'll be fun. It'll be fun to watch. Fun watching guys like Oscar and Quan, and just be in the stadium this weekend and hearing SpongeBob SquarePants. That's the kind of energy we need. So it was good.
Heck yeah. Yes.
It's nice to have Ernie Clement now regularly in the bullpen to kind of shore things up as well. Guardians down 11-0.
I mean, it worked for Goes. Why not Clement?
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. All right, brother. Congratulations again. Thanks for joining the show, and we will talk to you soon. Go Guardians.
Thanks for having me.
All right.
I'll tell you, Dave, outside of our Guardians, a lot of forward or positive mojo tonight.
Well, Chris, you want me to bring it down a little? Because we got some breaking news on the show.
Oh God, don't be football related.
Yeah, this is from friend of show, Cleveland.com, Browns reporter Mary Kay Cabot, reporting that before the hearings for Deshaun Watson, NFL informed Deshaun Watson, the NFLPA, and disciplinary officer Sue L. Robinson that it did, in fact, recommend an indefinite suspension. Sources say hearing Tuesday. Wall Street Journal first to report. Mary Kay now confirms NFL is putting forth an indefinite suspension on Deshaun Watson. That's what they're recommending to Sue L. Robinson, and the hearings start tomorrow.
Now, is that after the NFLPA has talked to them?
I mean, the NFLPA kind of did what they could. They made their stance, and they drew their line, and now it's up to Sue L. That's the whole thing with this new collectively bargained arbiter. Sue L. Robinson now is going to come in. She is absorbing this information from the league that's their recommendation, and now she has to make a ruling one way or another. That's heavy.
That's been floated out there and shot down by several prominent Twitter handles that aren't necessarily media here for the last week, but I kept hearing that indefinite suspension in the background, and it seems like that's coming true.
Yeah, and the whole logic is that there is a conspiracy out there, and it is just a conspiracy by no one credible, that there's something to be said that the NFL wants it to be known that they're trying for an indefinite suspension. So after this is all said and done, if he only gets 6 games, 8 games, they could say, hey, look to all this reporting that we did at the end of June. We wanted him suspended for a year. It just didn't happen. So maybe something to be said there, but it surely seems like the NFL has officially put in their recommendation to the arbiter that they are recommending an indefinite suspension for at least 1 full season.
Yeah, I was going to say, and there's the distinction. I think there are a lot of people who said, well, they'll probably start off with the season. But starting off with the indefinite suspension, I think that's really
Right.
throwing the hammer down.
I think from there you work back to the full season. It's starting to feel that way that
That's what
it's
I'm thinking.
indefinite, but it's gonna be the full 17. And truthfully, guys, as you know, leave feelings out of it, emotions out of it. I know, the three of us were very conflicted when this all came down. This hurts because what did we say with Baker? The whole reason to get rid of Baker was this roster is ready to win now. Well, did Jacoby Brissett give you a better chance to win now than Baker? Probably not. So
No.
I think all those people that were pounding the table, get rid of Baker, you got to do it, whatever it takes to get rid of him. Well, it's a year of Nick Chubb's prime. It's a year of Myles Garrett's prime. Gone. We'll see. But it's they put in that suggestion today, and doesn't sound good.
If Deshaun's out for a year, was the trade worth it to you, Nick? If he comes back to the form that he was before?
I think it's dependent on a couple of things. And I've said this before, it's an analytically driven front office, and you have to be careful with that because if they start selling off players to recoup some of what they lost, then it might not be worth it. But if we still get to see Deshaun Watson with this core of Nick Chubb, Myles Garrett, Kareem Hunt, you could even throw in that mix, then it probably was worth it. And that's probably was the Browns' approach was you're nothing without a franchise quarterback. The Browns were nothing. They had no franchise quarterback. We saw that last season. We saw what a franchise quarterback could get you with Allen, Mahomes, Burrow. So, I mean, they'd probably do it again. But man, as a fan, it's hard to sit here and think that we could be wasting another 365 days of a season with no playoffs, no Super Bowl, just because we're now in suspension wasteland. And it's different when it's a quarterback, in the Josh Gordon years, whatever, you could, rinse it. You got other receivers, but for the quarterback position, man, that's a tough one.
Thank God that gambling's going to be legal this year. So we at least have something to look forward to. Just putting in weird prop bets just to stay interested in these games. This could be brutal. Yikes.
Man, what do you think the networks think? The Browns play the Steelers week 3 in prime time. They cannot be thrilled about that.
No. Yeah, we might get flexed out.
just give the ball to Nick Chubb. That's all I ask. And the ball to Nick Chubb.
Yeah, Nick, to your point, I think that is some posturing by the NFL. I don't think that's actually going to happen, but who knows?
I mean,
the system's designed that way. I think
it
it's
is
play on both sides. It's like if you get fined by the government and anything, it's like you expect you're going to get levied with something, and then it gets kind of played back. It's the same way with the NFL.
They did this with Myles Garrett too. I think that's another word of caution is they were really acting in the week after the helmet swing that Myles Garrett was going to be banished from the face of the earth and never to touch foot, on a football field ever again. And it turned out to be 8 games, which was the rest of the season. So they've done this before.
Same thing with Tyreek Hill. Do you remember that with his son? Wasn't like a broken arm or something, and it was everyone was outraged. They said kick him out of the NFL. He's still a huge name in the NFL. So
I think what's different about those, and again, who knows what they're going off of. We never know. They run, the NFL runs their ship kind of like the CIA in a way, where everything's kind of tight-lipped. In those, there was a little evidence. There was audio calls, 911 calls from Tyreek Hill's, significant other.
Right.
There's nothing. We're going off of Instagram DMs. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, the NFL is just its own machine. You never know what it's going to spit out.
Which makes what the Cleveland Browns did just all the more perplexing, and giving all this guaranteed money to Deshaun Watson and doing an investigation that doesn't seem to be anywhere near complete, while having the big, wild card of the NFL and Roger Goodell being able to rule any way that they want to, and that's collectively bargained.
It is strange they allowed him to be traded for that gigantic amount of money, and that when all of this, maybe not all of it, but a lot of this was already on the table, and the NFL knew everything about it.
And evidently the Texans did too now.
Yeah.
It's
God. Nick, take us out.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. Everybody have a good week. I want no pain, no misery this week. We're not having a Odell Beckham Jr. Day 2.0 on Twitter when all that went down. So
Start a spaces, Nick.
we'll be good. Yeah, maybe I'll start
Emergency spaces.
post
10
show.
o'clock. Let's go.
10 o'clock a.m. though. All right. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you guys so much for tuning in though, for real, to the Big Play Reflog Show. We'll see everybody at Crusher Stadium out there in Avon on Thursday to see our gal Gab throw out this first pitch. That's going to be a lot of fun. See you guys there. Also, go make sure you drink some Labatt. Check out Shaq News for the best video game content in the business. Go wear some GV Art shirts. Go buy some Browns merch from TSE Cleveland. Look out for those giveaways every week. And we will see you guys on the Big Play Reflog Show next week. See ya. Happy 4th.
It's time! Streaming live from Cleveland, Ohio! Presenting the undefeated, undisputed heavyweight podcast of the world, the Big Play Reflog Show!